Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video. So, is lack of sales causing you to be more stressed? Is it affecting your mental health? If so, then you need to watch this video. So I get it, trust me. Having your own business is your project. It's like your baby. You want it to do so well, and when it's not quite going right, it causes you to panic, sleepless nights, you name it. Trust me, I've been there. But you can't let it get to you too much, because as well as it affecting your health, which of course, your health is number one priority, it can affect your productivity, which then affects your business. So it's important to get your head in the right space. So I think one of the first sort of biggest things is to learn that every single business out there, no matter what it sells or what service it's in, it will have its busy days or busy periods and its quiet periods. So for instance, hotels. During summer months, that tends to be quite busy for them as people are going away, especially if they host weddings. Then of course wedding season is right in the summer. That's really, really busy for them. They might also pick up quite a bit hosting like work Christmas parties as well. So the quieter months tend to be sort of January to March, whereas retail, the quieter months are in the summer. This is when people are going away more. They're spending time outdoors, whether it's barbecues in their garden, going down to the beach, to the parks, and even financially they might be saving for spending money on a holiday. And this time of year, so this video has come out in July, parents of school-age children are going to be spending money on back-to-school stuff, which, from what I've learned, is not cheap. So focuses are elsewhere. They're not out browsing shops more, they're not online browsing, and that's why you tend to be a bit quieter. So don't be too disheartened if you're going through a quiet period. It is just the nature of the business, but it means that you can be doing some other things in the meantime. So motivation is one really important thing to think about. And as a side note, something that I just really want to add, because I've seen it quite a bit online, people discussing this, and that is, if you are running a business because it's fun, as in that is your primary sort of target, is just to have fun, perhaps just to make a little bit of extra money, or because you enjoy making some items, and you're finding that you are being more stressed out from it than having fun, then you really need to think about, should I continue this? Should I just sell to friends and family or donate to charities? Because if your idea is for just fun and you're not having fun, you might need to rethink things. However, if you are running a business because perhaps you want to be more financially independent, maybe you want to leave the job that you're in and you dream of running your own business, having your own hours and that flexibility and making your own money, then don't give up. Okay, most businesses that I have spoken to takes years to become successful, where they can actually make living from it. There are some lucky few that have that overnight success, but I can tell you most of that is down to things like they already have a lot of business knowledge, or able to sort of afford to pay for courses, or they can have a huge marketing campaign. They might already have, say, thousands of followers on something like Instagram, and then they're suddenly going, oh, by the way, I actually sell something, here it is, and then their followers are like, oh wow, brilliant, and then they end up going buying it. And this is actually a really, really small percentage, and you may see it a lot because of course these would be big, with big sales, but it is actually a small percentage. Most will have to sort of work for it for years to get somewhere. So don't be disheartened, keep going. It is important to look back on how far you come, all the achievements that you have made, and yeah, don't give up. That is the absolute important tool. Okay, so what can you do during your quiet periods? This is actually something to really take advantage of, because whilst it sucks that your income isn't as high as you would like it to be, this is a great opportunity to be doing things that you might not be able to do other times of the year. So one thing to look at is about learning a new skill. So whether this is something about making a new product to launch in your shop, maybe it's learning something like how to use Pinterest or TikTok, for instance, so that you can gain more of a knowledge to expand it. I think it's important not to just focus your energy in these quiet periods on making more items, putting out some more social media posts, because if people aren't buying because it's just this time of year, it's tripling your social media posts isn't going to triple your sales. You're going to be not having as much output as you're putting in, the effort that you're putting into social media posts. So sure, keep it active, even, up the amount of posts that you've got. But it shouldn't be something to spend all your time on. It should be on looking at improving your business as a whole. So another thing to be looking at is some shop housekeeping. So if you haven't been looking at it a while, maybe there are things that you need to be updating. So how are your photos looking? Is your descriptions a bit out of date, as in, it's missing some vital information? Have a look at your about section or your welcome page if you've got your own website. Does that need, a bit of editing, a bit of tweaking to get it up to date? This is a really great opportunity to be glossing over everything and working on it. That's something that I'm certainly doing at the moment. Is I let my website fall behind, especially over last Christmas, because most of my sales came through Etsy, that I kind of let my own website slide. And over the last few months, I've been spending a lot of time when it's quieter to be working on my own website. So yeah, that's definitely something that you can work on. Something else is how are you keeping records of your finances? So I'm quite lucky that the previous job that I had was in the finance area, and I basically lived in spreadsheets. So I'm very used to and actually enjoy keeping all my records up to date. But I know some people don't look at it until it comes to having to do their tax return. But I actually think it's really, really handy if you can certainly look at it every month, recording all your expenses and your income, because the amount of times that I've seen people say, oh, my sales have increased, it's great, but I've just looked at how much I've spent over the last year and I've hardly had a profit. And if that's something that they were able to look into, they might have been able to have looked into their expenses, perhaps on how to reduce it and therefore increase their profit. Because that's the thing, if your income stays the same but you can drop your expenses a bit, then you will be having more money. And actually I have another video which I'll put the link in the description down below, and it's on running a business on low income. So it's just some little tips on saving money, talking a little bit about like your mental health with that as well. So if that's something you're interested in, then do take a look at that video. But yeah, I think it's good to look back over, what you are spending, keeping track of this, and it certainly then makes it easier to do your tax return at the end of the year. Finally, something else that you could be doing is looking at your own workspace. So have you sort of ended up piling up a load of clutter? Does it need to be reorganized? It's a great opportunity to have a good sort out, because they say clear your workspace, clear your mind and all that. It does actually work. So that is a good opportunity for you as well. Now, of course, all these things that I've suggested, if you were to do every single thing in a quiet period, you'll actually end up being busier than your busy periods, and that's not always good. I think you need to sort of pick some things that are more priority for you. So like I said earlier, that my website needed a lot of work. this is top priority for me during this quiet period. Next year, I'm going to be moving out at some point. So there's no point in me having a complete reorganization of my workspace because it's all going to be done when I move out. So it's sort of a case of what works for you. However, one of the biggest things to actually think about in your quiet period is taking some time off. This is really helpful for your mental health. Don't forget, we're supposed to be having a work-life balance. It's not work-work balance. You need to be able to have some fun, relaxing, taking that time off. During these quieter months, I've been seeing my boyfriend a bit more. We live sort of about 50 miles apart, so it's not exactly long distance, but we both don't drive, so it does make it a bit of a trek to go and see each other. And during the quieter months, I've been seeing him sort of for long periods, and that's been absolutely great for me to have a bit more of a break, because I know when it comes to the Christmas rush, and I've already said to him, we aren't going to be seeing each other that much. And that's okay, because I'll be focusing on my business, and then next year we can plan to see each other a bit more. So it's great if you can get out, take that time away and actually do things for you as well, because as I said, that is really, really important for your mental health, to be having a break. Okay, so to sum up, as I said, it's just really important to know that, if you put in the work, you will get the results. It may take time, but it's okay. Run at your own pace. Do not compare yourself to other businesses. That is really, really important. Keep motivation. Think about your dream goal, what you want your business to look like in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, and all of that. And just keep that in your mind, keep that vision there. Then work on things that you can do in the quieter months. Build up your business and not just post more to social media. Although if you have got more time when it comes to things like making videos, like behind the scenes stuff, I know lots of people out there love seeing behind the scenes of your business. You could make a few videos within a week and then post, say, once every 2 weeks or something, so that you're sort of spreading it out and you don't have to worry, in a couple of months' time that you don't have anything sort of fresh to post. You're actually, you've got a bit of stock there in your video collection to release. So that's also another idea that you can do. But yeah, tidy your shop, tidy your workspace, tidy your mind by getting out, learn something new, and take advantage of the quieter period. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I'd appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up, because it really, really helps me, and subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I'll see you next time.